3 months after my wedding, I got a phone call that made my blood run cold. Your husband is lying to you. The voice was a woman's, calm, cold, confident. I froze. Who is this? I asked. But the call ended, just like that. No explanation, no name, just silence. I stared at my phone. My husband, Mark, was in the shower, singing like he always did, happy, carefree. Meanwhile, my heart was pounding because Mark wasn't just my husband. He was my best friend for 6 years, the man who helped me when my father died, the man who promised he would never lie to me. But now, some stranger had just told me he already did. I tried to ignore it. Maybe it was a prank. Maybe someone jealous of our relationship. But then something strange happened. Mark's phone lit up on the kitchen table. A message. I wasn't planning to check it, I swear. But the screen lit up again and I saw the preview. Miss you already? My stomach dropped. The contact name was just one letter. A. I slowly picked up the phone. My hands were shaking. I opened the chat, and what I saw made my heart stop. Dozens of messages, photos, late night conversations, and one message from yesterday. I can't believe you married her. My vision blurred. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Married her, not my wife, not Emma, just her. I heard the shower turn off. Panic hit me. I quickly locked the phone and put it back. Mark walked out with a towel around his neck. He smiled at me, that same warm smile I fell in love with. Everything okay? He asked. I forced a smile. Yeah. But inside, everything was breaking. That night, I barely slept. Mark wrapped his arms around me like always. But something felt different. Something felt fake. At 2 a.m., I quietly grabbed his phone again. The messages with A kept going back for months. Before the wedding, before the engagement, before he even proposed. Then I found something worse. A picture, a selfie. Mark kissing another woman. The date, 1 week before our wedding. I felt sick. My husband cheated on me before we got married. But the worst part, the last message from her said, she still doesn't know the truth. And suddenly I realized the phone call earlier that day was probably her. But I had no idea that the truth was far worse, because the next morning, Mark asked me a question that changed everything. Hey, have you heard from my sister lately? My heart skipped because Mark didn't have a sister, and I had just seen a contact named A, and suddenly I had a terrifying thought. What if A wasn't his mistress? What if she was someone much closer to me? The next morning I couldn't stop thinking about it. A, the messages, the picture, the phone call, nothing made sense. Mark acted normal, too normal. He made breakfast, he kissed my forehead. Love you, he said. I forced a smile, but inside my head was chaos. Finally, I asked casually, who's A? Mark froze just for a second, but I noticed. A? He asked. Yeah, someone texted you yesterday. He laughed. Y'all, oh, that's Alex from work. My stomach twisted. Alex? Really? I nodded. Can I meet him sometime? Mark looked uncomfortable. Maybe. He's really busy. Busy. Sure. Later that day, Mark left for work, and I did something I never thought I would do. I followed him. I know it sounds crazy, but my gut told me something was very wrong. Mark drove across town, but he didn't go to his office. He parked outside a small cafe. My heart started racing. Then I saw her. A woman walked up to his car. Long dark hair, beautiful, confident. She opened the passenger door and Mark kissed her like it was the most natural thing in the world. My chest felt like it was collapsing. But then something even stranger happened. They didn't go inside the cafe. They drove away together. I followed them. 20 minutes later, they stopped at a quiet neighborhood. They walked into a small house together like they had done this 100 times before. I sat in my car shaking. I didn't know what to do. Then suddenly, my phone rang. Unknown number. My heart stopped. I answered. The same woman's voice from yesterday. You followed him, didn't you? My entire body went cold. How do you know that? I whispered. She sighed. Because I told you the truth. Who are you? I asked. There was silence. Then she said something that shattered my world. I'm not the other woman. My brain couldn't process it. What? She continued. Emma, you were the other woman. I felt like the ground disappeared under me. That's impossible, I said. We're married. She laughed softly. Yeah, that's the problem. Then she said the words that destroyed everything I believed. I've been with Mark for 8 years. 8 years. My heart stopped. We lived together, she said. My hands started shaking. We were supposed to get married next month. So I couldn't breathe. That house you're sitting outside? Pause. That's our home. My vision blurred. Nothing made sense. Nothing. Why are you telling me this? I whispered. Her voice became soft. Because you deserve to know the truth. Then she added something terrifying. Mark lied to both of us and they. My chest tightened. But what she said next was the biggest shock of all. There's something about Mark you don't know. My heart pounded. What? She took a deep breath and whispered, his real name isn't Mark. But I had no idea that the truth was far worse. Because the next morning, Mark asked me a question that changed everything. Hey, have you heard from my sister lately? My heart skipped because Mark didn't have a sister and I had just seen a contact named A, and suddenly I had a terrifying thought. What if A wasn't his mistress? What if she was someone much closer to me? I felt like I was living inside a nightmare. My husband's name is Mark, I said. No, the woman replied, it isn't. My hands were shaking. Then what is it? There was a long pause. Then she said quietly, his real name is Daniel Carter. The name meant nothing to me until she said the next sentence. And he's been married before. My stomach twisted. How many times? I asked. Her voice trembled. You're the fourth. Fourth? My mind exploded. Yeah, that's impossible. I wish it was, she said. Then she told me something terrifying. Daniel, Mark, whatever his name was, God had done this before. He would date women for years, convince them he loved them, then suddenly marry someone else, disappear, start a new life, new city, new identity, new girlfriend. The room felt like it was spinning. Why? I whispered, her voice cracked. Money? My heart sank. He marries women with savings, then slowly drains their accounts. Suddenly, everything made sense. The joint account, the investments he asked me to move, the house he wanted us to buy together. It was a scam. My marriage was a scam. I felt sick. Why are you helping me? I asked. She was quiet. Then she said something that broke my heart. Because he did the same thing to my sister. My chest tightened. She lost everything, the woman said. She killed herself 2 years later. Silence filled the call. I felt tears running down my face. We're going to stop him, she said. That night I confronted Mark. He tried to deny everything, but when I said the name Daniel Carter, his face turned white, and he knew. The game was over. The police arrested him 2 weeks later. Turns out there were 6 victims, 6 marriages, millions of dollars stolen. And the woman who called me? Her name was Anna. She wasn't just his girlfriend. She was an undercover journalist. She had been tracking him for 3 years, but here's the part that still haunts me. Before the police took him away, Daniel looked at me and smiled. Then he said one sentence I will never forget. You were my favorite.
Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new stories every day.